All right, hello friends. So I really wanted to do this video live for Team Level Up, but Facebook is not letting me go live right now. So here we are, I'm recording it for you. But if you guys have questions or comments, just comment below and I'll be checking back in the comments. So I'm gonna jump right in. That way, there's not too much of a delay for when I post this to YouTube also. So, all right, my name is Alicia Uckel. I am the director for Team Sense of Light. I joined Scentsy originally in 2011 and took a break for about a year, somewhere a year or two-ish, and came back in 2018. So technically been with them since 2011, but with a break in between. But I didn't start to run it like a business until the second time that I just reinstated in 2018. So when I came back, I knew that I really wanted to actually run it as a business. Sorry, my ring light is driving me crazy because it's in my face. Let me turn it down a little bit. But I have horrible lighting in my apartment, so I have to use a ring light. So sorry for I hate the glare. But anyways, so in 2018, I reinstated and really kind of came back with the intention of building a team, making real money. And so that's what I've been doing. So I love Scentsy. And what else about me? I have 5 kids, 2 of my own and 3 stepchildren. So we have a large family. I am obsessed with my dog and anything that has to do with animals. I love animals to death. And yeah, so there's a little bit about me. Today we're going to be talking about excuses and how they hold you back in your business from doing great things. I thought this would be a really good topic because I feel like no matter who you are, at some point in your business, you've made an excuse, whether it's a big or small excuse. But we're just going to talk about a couple of the big ones today because I wanted to keep this short. I don't know about you guys, but I cannot stand a training that goes on for an hour or more. There are good trainings that are long trainings, don't get me wrong. But for the most part, I like to be able to get on and have that, to the point, and let's move on with our life. So 15-minute trainings are my jam. I'm all for a power training. So, all right. So first of all, for anybody who is doing Scentsy as a hobby, just to, enjoy the perks of being a consultant or make a little bit of extra cash, nothing crazy, you're not really looking to build a business, then this isn't for you. This isn't directed towards you, I guess I should say. Because if you joined just to, enjoy the perks, like I said, and make a little bit of extra side cash, and you're not really looking to build a business out of it, that's great, that's fine. That's what I did the first time that I joined. But once I reinstated, I knew I wanted to build a business out of it. So just know that this is not for you if this is just a hobby for you. So excuse number 1 that is, in my opinion, horrible, but I've heard it so many times: nobody wants to buy from me. So I'm sure that you guys have heard this excuse. Maybe you were the one making the excuse. So nobody wants to buy from me. So first of all, I feel like that's a horrible excuse because who can really say nobody wants to buy from me? You can't say that unless you've literally asked every single person. So for me, I live in Henderson, Nevada. I can never make that excuse because literally I have not asked every single person that lives here if they wanted to buy Scentsy. So that's number 1 reason why that's a horrible excuse. You have not asked everybody. The second reason, not even the reason, but the second question I think you should ask yourself if that's an excuse that you're making, is that when you are handling your customers. So when somebody places an order, are you taking good care of your customer? Like, are you making sure that, you place their order right away? It doesn't just sit on a Post-it note on your computer screen for a week before you place their order. That's part of being a good consultant, is making sure their order is placed right away. When their order comes in, are you packaging it up and getting it to them, within 3 days? I like to do like a 3-day window, just because, life, there's doctor's appointments, things like that can come up. So I think 3 days is realistic. 1 day for packaging, and then you have the next 2 days to go out and get it done. So, because if your customer's waiting a month to get their Scentsy order, now I'm not talking about like flash sale or special circumstances where shipping has slowed down so we have no control over that. I'm talking about you're sitting on their order, that could be a reason why someone doesn't want to place an order with you, or someone doesn't want to buy from you. It could be a you problem, and not necessarily, anything else but that. So what else? And to say that nobody wants Scentsy is crazy to me, because it's like, first of all, Scentsy wouldn't be in business if nobody wanted it. Scentsy is a product that people want, that people seek out, that they are excited about. And so it's just like, for someone to say nobody wants Scentsy, or I've heard people say like, nobody wants to spend that much, like it's too expensive. Not true. Not for what you're getting. So know the value of your product, basically is what that comes down to. So, are you sampling? So, if you make samples, it's not the customer's job to follow up with you and say, once they get their sample, oh, I love this scent, can I order it? Now that does happen, but it's rare, What I like to do, and I didn't bring my tracking binder, is I like to pen and paper track who I send samples to, who I send my thank yous to, when I mail out my spring catalogs. Basically, anytime I mail something out that has a sample with it, I track it. Because, like I said, if you're just like handing out 200 samples randomly and then saying, oh, well, I handed out all these samples, but I'm not getting any return, nobody wants to order. Well, it's not their job to reach out to you and place the order. It's your job to follow up with them and say, hey, Sally, how did you like that sample that I sent? I hope you enjoyed it, and then just checking in with them. So what I like to do, like I said, is track all the samples that I send out, and I'll just write a little note next to, I'll put the date I send it out, and then that way I know when to follow up with them. And I'll put what samples I sent to them, so that I can know, like, oh, I sent her Sand Swept and Luna and Counter Clean or whatever. So make sure if you're sampling, you're not just throwing them at people and then just expecting like everybody to come, running to order through you. So, also, if you're saying nobody wants to buy from you, if somebody flat out tells you, no, I don't want to order, ask them to host. They can get their products for free and half off. Ask them to join, even better, because then they're going to get paid commission on their products, and they can get access to free and half off products. So honestly, you should start with the join conversation, then the host a party, and then buy. So that's a good rule of thumb to use. And also, so what are you doing to meet new people? So a lot of times we get caught up in like our same circle of customers that always buy from us. And yes, we might have customers that order every single month from us. I have lots of customers that order monthly from me, but not enough to sustain and make sure that I hit my PRV goals. So I aim for 2,000 every single month. And those same customers aren't gonna order that much every single month. That's just not how it works. So what are you doing to meet new people? Go to a new park with your kids instead of the same one. Try to go to new places so that you have more opportunities to talk to other people. Are you wearing Scentsy swag? Earlier today I was wearing my Scentsy hoodie jacket, and it has my name and it has Scentsy, and I can't tell you how many times people have said, oh, what is that? You know, what do you do? And that's a conversation starter. So Scentsy swag, are you wearing it? Are you in any clubs? Or like on Facebook, I have a couple of groups because I love dogs. I've joined like a husky loving group. I follow pages on Instagram and I make sure I comment because I have a shared interest, you know, with these people. So how much better is it that, you know, you have something in common? You're not just over there saying, hey, I sell Scentsy. Like, that's not how it works. That's not how you build the relationship. But it is, you know, but by joining these other pages, or if you are in a place where you guys can join clubs, like game nights, whatever. I don't know what really is going on right now with COVID, to be honest. Some states are really strict. Here it is still pretty strict. So maybe Facebook groups are like the way to go for that. Okay, excuse number 2, that's a big one, okay? I work full time and I have a family. Okay, first of all, in my opinion, if you work full time, you have more opportunities to see new people or just people on the daily than you would if you're at home and you're working from home. If you're working from home, you're gonna have to make it a point to go places so that you can meet people, you know, like going to the dentist or going to different parks, like I mentioned earlier, or joining hobby groups or whatever, because you're just working from home. So if you're working full time, to me, you have a lot more opportunity to make contact with other people. So another thing is too, in regards to that excuse, do you watch Netflix? Do you watch, or do you play games on your phone? You know, if stuff like that is a distraction for you, delete the app off your phone. Don't play that game anymore. Or learn how to be disciplined with it. You know, I'm the type of person that if I get into a show on Netflix, it will totally just suck me in. And there have been times where I literally will do nothing but watch Netflix. So I know, not saying I've never been there. I don't make any excuses for it though. I know what it is. And I know that I'm like, okay, this is dangerous. Like, I need to limit myself on my Netflix, right? So, but if you can't do that, then just avoid it. You can't cry over results you did not get because you did not work for it. Say that again for the people in the back. Say that a little louder for the people in the back. I mean, it's so true though, right? Are you scrolling on Facebook while you're in the pickup line for your kids when they get out of school? What are you doing for your business then in that free time that you have, you know, when you're sitting there waiting for your kids to get out of school? Are you doing follow-ups? Are you coming up with content for social media and planning to, you know, succeed? Because if you're just scrolling Facebook or Instagram, then there's another whole slot of time that you've wasted, you know, that you could have been doing awesome things for your business. Okay, so can't find any customers, but so we already talked about sampling and needing to follow up. Oh, this is a fun fact. Return rate on sampling is less than 1%. So that is why it's so important to follow up if you are sampling. And like what I like to do is if I'm sampling to a customer who's ordered from me before, which 90% of the time they are people who have ordered from me, I like to go to their, like, I use AMI for follow-up. So it's easy for me to just go in there and see, you know, Sally, what did she order in the past? What kind of scents does she like or does she gravitate towards, so that I can sample her things that I know are within the scents that she likes or the scent categories that she likes. I'm not going to send her a floral scent if she has never ordered anything with floral in it before, right? So so that's something too that goes along with sampling with a purpose. and then also following up with them. So, okay, so excuse number 3, I'm doing everything I should, but I'm not getting the results that I want. Okay, this one's good because first of all, like, it can be frustrating when you feel like you're not getting the results that you want, but you need to ask yourself some questions before you get frustrated. Okay, have you been consistent doing the small things, like following up, like good customer service, like being present on social media, if you use social media for marketing, which you should, because it's a free platform and it's awesome. So, ask yourself, and consistency is so, so, so important. I know you guys have heard it so many times, but it honestly, if you're just willy-nilly with what you're doing, then you can't expect consistent results to come in, rolling in. Sorry, I got a notification. And you have to remember too, so with consistency, you're going to see results, but success does not come overnight. So you cannot expect that, okay, well, I've consistently been using this system for, 2 weeks, so I should be seeing results, right? No, that's not how it works. I mean, you might be seeing some good results. That's possible. But what I'm saying is, don't feel like, give it time, give it 6 months, give it a year. When you put systems into place and you're consistent with them, they will pay off. You will see the fruits of your labor. I promise you. So, and you can't quit, right? So, that just goes back to being consistent, right? And making sure that you are sticking with it. I've seen a lot of people too think that, they join direct sales and they think that they're going to make all of this money like right out of the gate. And that's just, I'm not saying it's not possible, but I think that the people who do succeed and make a big amount of money like right away have been prepping prior to joining, so that they can succeed, because it takes time. Anything worth having, what's that saying? Anything good is, it's something you're going to have to work hard for, and it's something you're going to have to be consistent with. So you have to keep that in mind. So for some reason, people think, I'm going to join direct sales and I'm going to quit my job in a month or 2 or in 6 months. No, that's not how it works. So you have to be realistic, with your expectations. Okay. And then the last thing is, you have to work hard. You have to be willing to do big things if you want big results. So if there's something that you have, haven't done in your business that it's been in the back of your mind, you're like, oh, fundraisers would be awesome, but they intimidate me. I'm not going to do it. Well, then if you're not willing to go out on that ledge and you're not willing to push yourself out of your comfort zone, but you want big results, then you're probably not in the right business. I'm just saying that, like, I'm not trying to be negative, but you have to push yourself. That's how we grow. That's how we learn how much we're capable of. And that is how we start doing bigger things, because it gets easier. I promise it gets easier. I used to be like terrified, absolutely terrified of going live. And every single time that I would go live, it got easier. And it's still not my favorite thing to do, but it gets easier with time. And then you build up confidence and you're like, I can do this. I can walk through this. And on the other side, I'm going to see and feel so much better about myself because I knew that I pushed myself out of my comfort zone, right? What doesn't kill you will make you stronger. So if you want big results and you want big things, you have to be willing to do big things in your business. So start going and marketing to bigger businesses. Go to the dentist's office, go to the doctor's offices, go and and offer them, hey, can I leave a warmer in here and some catalogs, and then you can let me know how you like the warmer, because they're gonna fall in love with Scentsy, chances are, if they're gonna allow you to leave a warmer in there. And then you know, you've expanded into a bigger business. There's more people, there's more contacts. Okay, so that's something that I was always afraid to do. So that's why I use that as an example. Fundraisers was another one. I was deathly afraid to do fundraisers, but I had watched a training, and there was a girl that was saying how she earned an incentive because of fundraisers. And I was like, well, I want to earn an incentive. And as soon as I stepped out of my comfort zone and I started doing fundraisers, I earned an incentive. So it's pretty awesome what happens when you're willing to step outside of that comfort zone and do big things. So I think that is it. That is all I have written down for now. So hopefully that helped some of you guys. If you guys have any questions, like I said, comment below, because this is just pre-recorded. Bummer, I really wanted to interact with you guys, but it's probably good that I didn't, because this is 20 minutes already and it's pre-recorded. So if you guys were on here, I'd probably be chit-chatting and be like a squirrel. So I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will talk to you guys later.